We see.
Remember, when it comes to advertising, if no one hears about it,
Okay, yeah,
everyone
sure.
knows about it.
Yeah, we've got 12 seconds, yes. Thank you.
Online traffic in Kuala Lumpur.
They still used soothing music on your favorite station.
Trax FM 90.
Hey, how's it going? This is the morning show with Diana and BK, and right now we have a couple of really handsome chaps in the studio with us. If you want to find out what they look like, you could actually head to our Facebook page at Trax FM Official. Now we're speaking to Yu Jin Sim and as well as Kenning Haramio.
That's right.
Yes.
Welcome to the studios, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
So much for
Thank you very much.
Now, Eugene is a up-and-coming young director from Winning Pictures, and Kenning is a visiting Spanish lecturer from the Spanish Department Faculty of Languages and Linguistics of University Malaya, and is the executive producer of the film Alegria. So it is a low-budget short film made and produced in Malaysia. It has reached the official display selection and top 10 best international fiction short films out of 1,200 international participants at the 16th edition of Alicante Film Festival in Spain last May. Congratulations and well done. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My
Gracias.
goodness.
Gracias. We say like
Just thank you in Spanish.
Yes, de
In
nada, de
Spanish.
nada. Fantastic. Okay, so, I mean, you could probably start off with telling us a little bit more about Alegria.
Yeah, Jinsi, maybe you can elaborate a little bit about Alegria.
Yeah, well, actually, Alegria started off a very a simple idea. We're just trying to tell a story about a Malay girl who speaks Spanish. Okay, because it's very rare. Most people don't know about this because Malaysia is a multi-racial country.
Right,
that's
It's
right.
pretty common. Let's say we have people from the Malay ethnicity to speak Chinese or speak Tamil, but for people from background of Malay ethnicity, for example, to speak Spanish is like what really?
It's,
You know?
it's
Yeah,
almost
it's like
unheard of.
almost
That's right.
unheard
We
of.
are so far, I
Yeah,
think.
Exactly,
So.
and this is what it's about. We're trying to tell the story that most people wouldn't have known about to bring out to the audience. So it tells the story of this Malay girl who speaks Spanish, but because she stays with her parents, with quite a conservative family background, so the father was like, "Oh no, what's the use of you speaking Spanish, learning Spanish? Because we are from the villages, in the Malay context, but we are from kampung, we should speak, Malay, everything." But of course, the daughter is a bit rebellious and everything. But then, always the typical father and daughter dynamics and stuff like that. But eventually, our main character, Malay girl, her name is Mas.
Okay.
She
That's
met
Fatima,
up with a
yeah.
tourist who came all the way from Spain, and then meeting this tourist changed both her life and her family life forever.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil the story because
No
you guys have to
spoilers,
watch
we're
it.
not to spoil the
Yes,
story,
yes,
exactly.
but basically, that's what it's about. Malay girl speaks Spanish and trying to bridge cultures between both worlds.
Wow.
That's what
I
you can call it.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty. I mean, about Alegria is maybe that's why in Europe we got so many great reviews that Alegria is a beautiful intercultural relationship between two different worlds. We're talking about the Western world with the Eastern world, and it's just knowing the events on these days. We see the world. I think Alegria is the beauty of the story that we can we can put together. The both world doesn't matter, religion doesn't matter. Put different points of ideas. So that's the beauty. I think that's why we got into this top 10, films with incredible people.
Okay, well,
Very nice.
I mean, can you share the idea behind Alegria and how it all started? Like how you mentioned you wanted to bridge the two, cross cultures and all that. But what was it like? The brainchild? How did it all begin?
Yeah, all began basically when at the beginning we wanted to basically it was an invitation to a film festival in Korea, and then I knew Eugene before, and I just presented to him. He's an incredible young upcoming director in cinematography, so I just mentioned to him about it, and then he just so excited. I think you can talk about that, right?
It's kind of similar to how the short film happens as well. It's not because I know Kenning through another friend of mine, and then because I always told him I'm doing films and stuff like that in the Spanish lecturer, and then it's like he proposed the idea. It's like, hey, because he was in the beginning he was trying to promote the Spanish division department.
Exactly.
Yes, promote the language
Exactly.
as well.
That's what we're looking for at the university, right? So to promote the Spanish division, which is we are so far away from the east, and it's 14-hour flights to Madrid at least. So we are here in Kuala Lumpur, and Kuala Lumpur is so fascinating, and let's say it's a multicultural country. So city as well. So it's the fascination of be able to present something different to the audience, right? To the students as well.
I guess looking at the both of you itself, it shows a little bit of the bridge, you know, the whole Southeast Asia meeting all the way out in Europe with
East
Spain,
meet West,
right?
West meets East, you know.
Well, can you let us know a little bit more about the people behind Alegria? How do you guys get into the casting? How do you guys decide who plays what, and how did the storyline come with these people?
Okay, well, I would say it's pretty straightforward. At the time when I wrote the script, because since Kenny told me about the idea, so I was thinking about the script. It's like, you know, I try my best not to, you know, to fabricate a story. Instead, I try to tell a story that is happening, whether I bring it out. And that's why I thought of like, hey, Kenny, you have a few students who speak fluent Spanish, like it's
Exactly.
like yes. And then he also have colleagues, okay, who can play the mother role very well, play the role of the father very well. I was like, oh, I see the cast. It's already
there.
it's
Exactly.
right there in the university, in his department.
Yeah,
So,
and the low
yeah.
cost, right? So because we didn't have enough resources, so we say, okay, what can we do? How can we bring, you know, like reduce the cost and see we can do casting anything. You know, we can
Right.
bring, you know, like top actors and actors to bring to this story. So I say let's work with our current lecturers at university, which is like we're so kind and you know they.
Yeah. And although at first we were thinking that can they act, but I guess they do pretty well
They do
because
pretty well, yeah.
what I do is that instead of giving them a script and dialogues who they feel unnatural to talk about, instead of like, what do you think that you feel you want to say at this moment? You just say it, and then they kind of did it well. Like, you know, okay, now you're rebellious, so you must have some kind of tone. It's like, no way. So, you know, feel it and say it instead of like, oh no way. See, there's a difference between that.
Yeah.
And-
Is there what's the language like? Is it mostly in English, Malay, or Spanish? Like, what's the ratio of it?
Yeah, I would say, well, it's a big ratio in Malay initially, and then after turn into pretty much English and then Spanish,
Okay.
and then ended in, you know, pretty much in all the languages, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that's the beauty of language, and in fact Spanish specifically. My brother is like a massive fan. He's actually in Spain right now to learn to
Oh.
speak Spanish.
Okay.
But then, you know, from what he has messaged me, because I keep asking him, you know, what's it like and what's the in comparison. And he says that Spanish, the beauty of it is that there's so many ways to express yourself that you can't even translate it into Malay
that's
or
right.
into English.
That's right. Yeah.
So when you know the development of this particular film, are we expecting like almost like a change of a personality in someone in terms of a confidence, like, because if you were to express yourself in Spanish as opposed to in English, like, is there a change in character development in it? Like, is it meant to, like, in terms of like morality of the moral of the story, is it supposed to make someone feel more confident, or what is that mission?
Well, the mission is like I think everybody can learn a new languages, and at the same time, as we say at the beginning, is we're looking is to basically put cultures together, right? So and that's what we're looking for, yeah. With that, pretty much as we can learn a new language, we can learn in Spanish, and you know we are very warm people. Also in Malaysia, you guys are fantastic people, and that's the beauty, you know. In Malaysia, so fascinating, young, so talented people, and
Right.
that's what we're looking for too. Is showcase that at the same time.
And
So
I also agree that, you know, by learning Spanish is a very expressive language, like you say, that I see the difference between there. So you can see the difference that when someone tries to speak language, okay, before she speak language, maybe speak Spanish, she could be quite, you know, maybe reserved a bit. But once she starts to speak Spanish, I find that every word that comes to them, it comes with a movement as well. It all comes in a package, you know, with a body language and everything. Because you can't, it's like gracias, thank you in Spanish. It's like, it doesn't sound right when you just said it. Like, it was like gracias, muchas gracias. You see that tone?
Yeah,
it's
that's
more
right.
than just language as it is. It's more than words. It's more body language.
Yes,
coming
yes,
Exactly,
that's how I feel it
exactly,
too,
exactly.
Okay, all right. So if you're just tuning in right now, we're talking to Eugene and also Kenning Jaramillo, and it's about a low-budget short film called Alegria, made and produced in Malaysia, reached the official display selection and the top 10 best international fiction short films out of 1,200 international participants at the 16th edition of the Alicante Film Festival in Spain last May. Now, before we get a little bit into the whole Festival, Alicante Film Festival. We actually got a little comment on our Facebook live feed right now. Exactly, you can find us at Trax FM official. Christina Chung, she's asked a question and she wants to know, what does Alegria actually mean?
Alegria means joy.
Joy.
Exactly, joy. Exactly.
Okay.
So it's a joy story, right? So that's what it means.
All
Alegria.
right.
All
Okay.
right, we'll give a bit of wave to Christina if she's like watching right now. Like,
Oh,
hey,
thank you. Hello, Christina. Thank you for watching.
So tell us what exactly is the Alicante Film Festival? Like, what is it about?
Yeah, Alicante Film Festival is it's a big festival in Europe, actually. So just to know Alicante, the organization of Alicante involved more than 15 to 17,000 people, and this year was on May 11 to May 18. So it's an entire week of film festival, and this involved top Spanish actors and actresses, and the same producers from all around the world. So that's the beauty, is that competing and be able to be selected. We were stunned with the news that pretty much, as I say, the cast were from the university where we don't have, where they don't have acting experience, but at the same time be competing with these people that have been doing this all their life.
Right.
And we're talking about Netflix and Hollywood productions studios. There was a big honor for us at the same time.
So we are competing countries from the US.
Exactly. So competing with so many
Argentina,
countries.
Wow.
France and USA, Germany, and United Kingdom. That was one of the top competitors, and Alegria did fantastically well.
Yeah. So when we come back, we're gonna talk more about your actual experience when you were there, having dealing with everyone from the different countries, seeing their different talents and all that. But again, you are on the morning show with Diana and BK. We're speaking to Eugene Sim and Kenning Jaramillo.
Gracias.
We're talking about Alegria, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You can check us out on Facebook at Trax FM Official. Say hello, ask any questions that you like, but we'll be right back after this short break.
Well.
Okay, sweet. Nice.
Nice, so far good, right?
Yeah.
This is one of Canning's personal favorites right now.
Oh, thank you.
Dua Lipa, Mark Ronson, Electricity.
Electricity.
It's with you right now on Trax FM's morning show, and yes, we're having some fine gentlemen in the studios right now.
Yes, we are talking about Alegria. It is a
Joy.
short film that was produced in Malaysia, and now it is, it is basically an international thing.
Indeed,
already.
that's right.
Because you guys went to the Alicante Film Festival, and prior to, before our break, you were saying that you had met and seen different people from different countries from all over the world. How did you feel like competing with the other participants in your category?
I think you can talk about it. The director.
Yeah.
Eugene, tell us about that.
Eugene, go.
I don't know what to describe this, but okay. Before it comes to this, actually, to be honest, seeing your short film representing Malaysia being played in the theater in Spain, in international countries, that feeling is how you feel like, oh my gosh, you made it all the way on the silver screen in Spain, and playing together with all the short films for other countries. And the best thing is, I feel that when you see your short film displayed with all the other countries together, basically, it's no competition.
Exactly.
I see it more like like a showcase of cultures,
Right.
a showcase of film styles and
Exactly.
visuals, everything. Because and that is our mission. Because like, for example, we might not know more about Spain, and there's likewise people in Spain might not know more about Malaysia. And then I think we do our duty of showcasing to the whole world in a contest to tell how Malaysia looks like, how our culture looks like. And this was what film's about. It's not exactly about competition. It's about sharing cultures and visuals and storytellings.
Yeah.
So looking at that, you feel like, wow, so we all have our own story to tell, and that's the thing, there's no combination there. Every story is an interesting story.
Indeed.
That's what I feel.
Indeed.
And coming up to a big platform like that, just like in the Alicante Film Festival, did it ever give you a sense of like, oh, do I belong in this spot? Maybe it's too big for us. Maybe we should have started out really small. Do you think that sometimes you would have had a second thought on where we are right now?
Yeah, I think it happens when we were on the red carpets and we were when we see famous people from, like, for example, we had the opportunity to meet Anna Waniger. She's the top star for the Invisible Guest in Netflix.
Okay.
And she was with us. She won that night on May 11th. She was with us, and she won the award as Best Actress, and the honor award for being outstanding actress in Spain. But she's actually, tonight you can go and see the Invisible Guest on Netflix, and you will see her. She's there, and then she was just we were rubbing shoulders
Exactly.
with her, and
it's not just hi and bye.
it was
like,
so funny.
Hola, hello. We discussed, we hug, we took selfies and everything. It's just like that, the celebrity becomes your friend. It's not like someone you just just cheers and go, and
Right.
it's like, hey, you're my friend, I'm your friend, and everybody's a friend.
You actually have
Exactly.
full-blown conversations with these people,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And the fascination also, there was one of the producers of Terminator, and also was there between the crowd, and at the same time was another actors who people flying from LA to Madrid,
Right.
and they're working in both sides. Graduated in New York Film Festival,
People
New York Film
Hollywood,
Academy,
Yes.
and it just that's when we realized, like, wow, we can make it. I mean, one of the beautiful thing about perseverance, right?
Exactly,
And that's why I tell all the Malaysian people, and actually we're telling Eugene that we can do it here in Malaysia. We can go anywhere we want because we have the talent. It's the most beautiful thing we have here in Malaysia, and it's a multicultural and it's amazing. I love really Malaysia, being here in Kuala Lumpur all this time, and I realized that the potential. The potential is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, very true. So, I mean, because that was a part of your experience at the Alicante Film Festival, meeting all those people and all that. But I guess for now, we do want to look out for other filmmakers, like young filmmakers who are really
Exactly.
interested in trying to do this. What is your advice for them if they would like to try and compete internationally in competitions like this?
Yeah, I think super important. Being very professional where what you're doing, you need to be, as we mentioned, the perseverance, right? Working very hard towards that goal and what you're looking for, and just keep trying. I think Eugene want to say something.
Honestly, I think I would feel the same like every other filmmakers. Like when you tell a story, just make sure you tell it from the heart. Okay. And it's always not about, I want to shoot this short film so that I can win something. I want to shoot this short film so that I can compete in something. Because honestly, when we did Alegria, I have really zero expectation. I was like, oh, it's a passionate project. I love the idea. I want to create a story. I just want to share the joy, to share a story with everyone else, and that's it. That's the outcome. I want to tell a story from my heart, and I want everybody to feel good about it. And that's how it all started. And that's why I think it's important whenever we tell a story, feel it. It's as cliche as it sounds, really, but it works that way. You feel it from your heart. Because if you write a story that you don't feel it yourself, then you know that you're not even satisfying yourself. Like, oh no, I don't feel it. So really, feel it, do it from your heart, and all things will go from there.
Some deep thoughts indeed. And well, now that Alegria is out of the way, what is your current project and what do we expect from you and your team? Both of you.
Okay, this is pretty exciting.
This is a fascination. We can talk about the story when we were in Barcelona, right? Coming back.
Oh, it's sort of like a destiny, I think.
Okay, do tell.
Yes. So what happens? Our flight got delayed on the way back from Barcelona to Kuala Lumpur. But then from there we met a fine gentleman who's a surgeon.
Exactly.
Okay. And his main expertise is doing live transplant.
Okay.
Live organ transplant.
That's
Right. And, yeah. So during there we have a deep conversation because that's all we got during that few hours of delaying. So we have a good time. We have a chat with the surgeon, and from there we present them Alegria and all the things that we participate in Spain. And he was like, "Oh gosh, you know what? I have something that I need your help. I need you guys to tell a story for me."
We're both doctors
Yes.
from the University Malaya, so and they are part of the pretty much of the National Transplant Resource Center.
Okay.
And it's a beauty. One of the things that we would like to keep doing is we keep working with social responsibility, and it's provided to society, right? To provide help people, you know, and that's one of the things. Also, we wanted with Alegria at the same time that give the choice to people to learn a new language, to be able to do, as I say, we pretty much just give love, and with this particular project with the transplant
With this project, I would say that it's a bit more ambitious because the idea behind it and the message trying to send out is something that is very strong. The whole message of this upcoming short film with the collaboration of the National Organ of Malaysia organization.
National Transplant Resource Center.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
So the whole idea of this short film is to how do we influence people to register as an organ donor. Yes.
Wow.
That's the catch of it. It's like how do I do a short film that influence people to I want to stand up, I want to become I want to register as an organ donor.
Yeah, and only we can say just a little bit of it's like one person following the National Transplant Resource Center. They say one person can save 7 lives.
Wow.
So if we have the opportunity here in Malaysia to do that, and you know we can be, you know, helping other people, that will be fascinating. And me as an educator, but first for me it's my main mission, you know,
Just to pass that message.
to pass the
Exactly.
message, and
Definitely.
And it feels great because we're not just doing a short film, but instead a short film that sends out a strong message that's influential. And then also a lot of times is a duty of a filmmaker, because whatever we present to people is actually our responsibility, what we're trying to tell the people.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
very important.
Yeah.
So you guys are not only bridging cultures from around the world, you guys are also bridging the art of storytelling,
Exactly.
and with the art of raising awareness about
Yes.
something that's important.
I think
Very nice.
that's why we're looking is the passion to present to you know, to the society that we can do good things. And I think when creating short films, it doesn't have to be only horror or, you know, like these war movies,
Right.
short, you know, films.
Yeah.
The content, why cannot be beauty? Why cannot be happiness? And that's why joy. I think that's what's happening. There is a empty space, you know, a gap in between. You know what's
Sort of
happening.
fill up
Everything
the
is all
space.
about you know, robbery or everything.
Yeah.
So what we're looking for is to change that, to be able to present something different to people, that we have hope. It's a beautiful, you know, like.
That's really good. Yeah.
That's how you make each story interesting, because you don't want to tell the same story again and again and again and again. So I mean,
Change things up a bit.
Exactly, change it up a bit. I mean, we have stories of you know, an action hero goes all the way to save someone. I mean, that is, I mean, yes, it's what's going on now. But what if today we tell you that, oh, a Malay girl speaks Spanish? Like, huh? You see, the
Exactly.
attention automatically drive you like, is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
today we tell you that, oh, we're gonna tell you a story that after you watch it, you're gonna become register yourself as an organ donor.
Yeah.
Really? Like that
Exactly.
whole thought just come out of nowhere, and then you really get people's attention.
I feel
Exactly.
like when I watch Alegria, I would want to pick up Spanish.
Definitely. Yeah, that's our intention. We are in University of Malaya to help.
I mean, naturally, okay, so I take it your Spanish is quite fluent already.
Getting better. He's getting better.
Everyone getting better. 10 days in Spain. Well, I definitely pick up a bit.
Okay,
Alright.
well, I know a few. One of my favorite is Donde está el baño?
¿Dónde está el baño?
Well, there's one thing I
So
know.
where is the
that I really
toilet?
love to say it.
Yeah.
Viva la vida.
Viva la vida.
I only know está bien, guys. I'm
Está bien.
completely, like, left out in
Lo
this.
siento muchísimo.
But
No
look-
habla español.
Looking at the time right now, we're slowly running out of time. Just before we let you go, anything else you wish to add to let our listeners know a little bit, or maybe about Alegria or
Or where we can watch
Yeah.
it if we wanted to watch it, because it sounds so fascinating.
Well, Alegria is in YouTube. You just type Fita Alegria, right?
Okay.
We just came from the Fita Awards, and we were finalists there actually for by the University Mara and sponsored by Finas.
Right?
And so we were finalists also in just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And it was fascinating that the response is very popular, video on YouTube. And please just go ahead.
Okay, we'll definitely watch it after this. Okay, well, we are with Eugene Sim and also Kenny Jaramillo, and thank you so much for coming here and sharing your story and what you're planning on doing in the near future. We're actually really looking forward to that one.
Just
Track
some-
it-
Yeah.
Some fun facts for the benefit of listeners as
Yeah.
well. It was created with a small budget, and the cast were lecturers and students from UM. The total involvement was only 10 people.
Unbelievable. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
incredible.
We'll try to
And-
put up the link at our Facebook page at Trax FM Official. You can check out what Alegria is all about. And yes, thank you very much for coming down to the
No,
studio.
our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
All right, de nada, is that correct?
De nada.
Okay, well, we're going to head off. The news at 10 o'clock is coming up shortly. Kong Yu is coming up with Trax Momentum, so don't you go anywhere, and we'll be back again tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. on The Morning Show.
We out of here.
Bye. Yay!
Good. That was great.
Awesome!
That was good. That was good.